In this lesson, we're going to look at the external validation or market research. In the progress tracker, you have watched lesson number 1, narrow the niche, and you have completed the number 1, narrow the niche worksheet. Very important, this one. In this lesson, you will learn how to conduct a proper market research with I will show you some practical steps on how to use it and which tools to use as well. So conducting a proper market research is fundamental to understand where you can position yourself with your business and how the competitors are doing and what is the demand. So very important, this sentence, because many times in my careers, I really listen to many things. Many businesses, they don't even know where they are. They've never done a proper market research, and actually they don't even know where they want to go, which is actually a pity, because I mean, how can you run a business but don't know where to go? So that's why you're here. In this lesson, I will walk you through why market research is so important and the different tools you can use to properly conduct it. First, a little bit of definition. I like to start my lessons with some really small theories. So why is market research? What is market research and why it is underrated? The definition, so the market research is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about a market, including its customers, competitors, and the overall industry. It involves various techniques such as surveys, observations, and data analysis to understand consumer preferences, market trends, and other relevant factors. But most importantly, market research is essential for businesses for several reasons. At the same time, it's also widely underrated. You can understand your customer needs. By conducting market research, you can gain insights into your target audience preferences, problems, behaviors, and needs. Then you can identify opportunities and threats. So you can identify emerging trends, market gaps, and potential threats from your competitors. You can optimize marketing strategy. So after you identify the most important topics within your market research, you can also identify appropriate channels, messages, and promotional tactics that you can push through to get clients, paying clients at your door. And you can also improve customer satisfaction because you actually proactively listen to what your customer needs. And then at one point, when you just deliver the message, they feel that you really got into their heads. It's like, oh, wow, this person is reading my mind. Yes, and that's your goal. So despite its importance, market research, as I said, is underrated and overlooked. Time constraints and overconfidence can really play a pivotal downfall for many businesses, and it's true, as I mentioned before. Because to conduct a proper market research, it takes time, but it's well invested time for long-term goals. The sooner and the deeper the analysis is done, the quicker and easier the business launch and success will be. Overconfidence, unfortunately, is also a blocker for several businesses. Many businesses, in fact, don't even know where they position in the market, what the competitors are doing, or even where they're going to go in the next month. And in some cases, businesses may become too overconfident in their understanding of the market itself or their own product and services, leading them to underestimate the needs for continuous market research. And listen carefully to this. It's a continuous process, okay? Because the market is evolving, the trends are evolving. And if you don't do it now, that you haven't even launched your business, then how can you even start on the right foot? And then it's a continuous process. As I said, you always need to know what the demand is and what the customers want, what are the desires, and what are the challenges. So, but let's jump into a more practical training. How can we do market research? For each of the steps below, I will show you a demo in the video lesson. So I will go through how to use Google Search and Keyword Surfer, YouTube and Tubebuddy, Amazon, Facebook groups, surveys, and Google Forms. So first of all, Google Search and Keyword Surfer. The first step to take is to simply Google some of the keywords you have in mind related to your niche, which can also be looked at by your target audience. I recommend also installing Keyword Surfer, which is a Chrome extension that helps you identify the monthly search volume split per country, and it also gives you an indication of the average cost per click for potential Google Ads campaigns in the future. An example, so let's type in online yoga classes, and here already you have some ideas of what people may look at. India, as you can see here, Bangalore, Pune, India, is widely searched, but we can start, for example, for online yoga classes like this one. Okay. And then, as I said, you need to install this one, which is the Keyword Surfer. And in the Keyword Surfer, you can get here some monthly search volumes. And here you can select the country. I think you can select it here or in the setting. Here you go, and you can select the country. I will put, let's see, Switzerland. Yeah, if we have anything. Okay, it's very small, of course, because it's a smaller country. So here you have the monthly search volume, but as well the cost per click for Google Ads campaigns. Online yoga classes is a general term, is not so cheap because here it's $6.93. So what I highly suggest you to do is you type in whatever keywords you have in mind, you note them down, okay, and you also note down these ones, which are basically some keywords ideas and with the related search volume. Okay, so you just note down at least 10 of these. And at the same time, you play around a little bit just to understand, for example, online yoga classes for beginners. Okay, just to understand how the search volume changes. For example, Switzerland here is not a good example. And also how the price changes, okay? Because the longer the keywords that you get, and normally the cheaper the price it gets, okay? So let's change country here because it's not a good example. Let's put again United States, okay? And here we have online yoga classes for beginners. We have 390 search volumes per month, and it's a $7.29. Let's check back online classes free. Online yoga classes free. The search volume is higher. And also the price, it's $8.81. So please note down all this information because it would be very useful for you in the future. Then what I would like you to do, you just stay in the all section and you skip the videos for now, but I want you to check what are the people also ask questions are. Okay, so can you learn yoga online for free? Is there yoga classes on Netflix? Is there a free yoga app? Is yoga with Adren still free? Etc. etc. And you check also the top 3 blogs and websites that appears, and you check the content. What are these websites talking about? Do they have any comments? Do they have any reviews? Check the reviews about these websites and note them down, because everything here is really important for you, especially if you want to build your own blog, B, a PDF guide, C, an ebook, any kind of resources that you want to build. If it's related to yoga, I just took yoga as an example here, it's really useful for you. So make sure to write down all of it. Okay, then you scroll down, you also have other related searches and you check them as well. And you check if the search volume and price is changing as well. Very short, very small, but also the price as well. So I would still consider these long tail keywords. Okay. Yes, so this is how you do it with Keyword Surfer and Google Ads. Then another method that you can do is you jump on YouTube and you use Tubebuddy. So YouTube is primarily known as a platform for hosting and sharing videos, but it also functions as a search engine. So very important to define this, where users can search for specific videos, channels, topics, or also content creators. The users can enter keywords or phrases into the search bar to find relevant videos, just like they would with a traditional search engine like Google, for example. YouTube's search algorithm ranks videos based on various factors, including relevance, keywords, engagement metrics, and user behavior. Again, here, I recommend using the Tubebuddy extension. I will show you in a bit how it looks like. It has several features to streamline the process of creating and managing content on YouTube, but most importantly, it gives you an idea of keyword search volume, related searches, and video tags. Okay, let's go to YouTube. Here, we can put yoga for beginners, okay, or as well, we check what appears here after I just put the word yoga. Okay, so yoga for beginners. Voila. This is the Tubebuddy, and then this is the extension that you can simply download for Chrome. You go to YouTube, your normal YouTube channel, and then here, this is how it looks like, okay? So you check here all the videos that appear. Don't check the sponsored ones. We don't care about the sponsored ones. We just care about the organic ones, okay? So not the paid versions. And you check exactly, first of all, what are the titles? Then you jump into them and then you check if they have any comments and you write them down, okay? Just to grab what kind of topics people are really interested in, what part of the videos people are really interested in. And how Tubebuddy works. So here you have the Search Explorer, and it gives you a score to your keywords. In this case, it's yoga for beginners. The search volume is excellent, okay, and the competition is poor. And the overall unweighted, make sure to check always the unweighted because it checks also the competition, right, is fair. So it means that here, even though this keyword is fairly competitive, it's searched so often that it's probably worth targeting. So this is the best case scenario, okay? You have a lot of search volume, but the competition is poor. It means that you can create tons and tons of content related to yoga for beginners. You can also check the related searches, like yoga for beginners weight loss. And again, here, the longer the keywords, the more you niche down, because here, for example, you have yoga for beginners, weight loss, yoga for beginners at home, yoga for beginners, men, okay? And it helps you understand what is your ideal niche here. After the keyword score, you can also check the keyword stats, and here it gives you the searches per month, 1.43 million. This is the estimated average number of times people search for this exact keyword on YouTube per month globally. It's a lot, okay? And the views are also over above 31 million. Yeah. And this is the top channels as well, if you want to check it out. So here, very important, as I said, you note down the first 10 videos that pop up and you play around a little bit with the keywords and the long tail keywords that pop up. You make sure you write down the search volume and the competition, the search per month, and also the competition level. Very important, this part. Okay, then number 3 is Amazon. So Amazon is a good platform to perform some keywords research and understand what's on the market related to what your offering is, and also understand what the competition's price point is. It's important to analyze not only the search volume, but also the books that appears in the listing. What does it mean? And I will show you in a minute. So you will need to type in 2 to 3 search queries in the search bar, then list the books that pop up. Again, don't consider the sponsor one. We don't care about those ones. Make sure to go through the first 10 for each query. Take note of which chapters are included to get some ideas for your offerings, and go through the positive and also negative reviews to understand the first customer's feedback around the topic. This is the example, yoga course book. We go to Amazon and we type it in. Voila. Yeah, and then here, don't check the sponsored. As we said, we don't care about these ones. We start from the organic ones. And you check maybe the first 10 books and whatever. You go in, maybe Light on Yoga, the Bible of Modern Yoga, and you check, first of all, the chapters. Let's see if we find them. Light on Yoga. And we scroll down and let's see. Preface, contents. Here you go. So you take note of the chapters that are summarized in the books, and this gives you really a line or a streamline to follow if you want to create your own ebook, for example. Okay, so what is included, what is in the appendix, what are the topics that other books are also selling. Then you go also to the ratings, the 5 stars. We go here, 5-star first. And we check the top reviews. Much easier to reference when in Spiral. It is the Bible for yoga, all pictures. So pictures are very important for this customer. And descriptions of the poses are great and a pleasure to read. That's a book. Bought this to learn more about yoga. Goes into philosophy of yoga. So philosophy, some philosophical thinking and thoughts are well perceived. And that's it. So you check them out. And then you also check the 1-stars review. Mala calidad, so the bad quality. I returned it. Disappointed, I was also looking forward to reading this book. This book came with recommendations on reading it. The poses are pretty advanced and present higher risk of injury that I'm willing to accept. So if you want to write an ebook or launch an online course for beginners, yoga for beginners, make sure that you really tackle a beginner target audience. Don't go too advanced, otherwise this is what you get. Okay, and make sure you do this for at least 10 books. You go through the first 10 books and you write down all this information, the contents, so the chapters, and the worst and the best reviews that you can get. Then I put you some example. Then Facebook groups. So there are 2 types of Facebook groups that you need to check. The targeted Facebook groups, in this case, yoga Facebook groups, or your personal Facebook group if applicable. So if you have a personal Facebook group, you might have some audience already, which is great. So when searching for the targeted Facebook group, make sure again to pick the top 10 where your niche is normally found. You need to search for content, topics, queries, questions, informations that your niche is searching, questioning, and asking, and you check for the answers. You note down the topics in the market research worksheet that I'll show you in a second. And when you interact in these Facebook groups, you need to pay attention to the group's rules in order to ask the questions without getting banned. This is actually a downside sometimes because they're too strict. This step is very important. Otherwise, in case of doubts, you can always contact the admins and ask for permission to post a specific question. In these Facebook groups, you get direct feedback from the audience, so it's an active market research, and you can find very valuable information. Remember, at this stage, you don't necessarily need to actively participate in the conversation, but you can also simply sit as an observer. If you feel like actively participate, then you can just answer the target audience questions and then really add some value to it. In this case, the main goal is to understand what are your niche problems, what are your niche desires, what are your niche goals. If you have a personal Facebook group, you can ask your audience specific questions to get a direct feedback. In this case, you can just ask them, what would you like to learn from me about XY topic? Well, would you like to know how I reached XY result? What interests you most about XY topic? Okay. And then if you go here, Facebook groups, you go to the left, you search for groups, and in this case you have yoga, okay? And here it pops up all the relevant Facebook groups related to yoga. You join them, you read the Facebook groups, and then you start checking and do your market research. Okay, so now we check how to do surveys and how to use Google Forms. Surveys and Google Forms also require active participation, meaning that you can get real feedback from your niche. The goals of these surveys are getting your audience warm on a specific topic and ask them for action, sending a Google Forms questionnaire, promise a reward. This could be a freebie, PDF, guide, ebook, video lesson, whatever they can benefit from. Start generating leads and growing your email list. Examples where you can run surveys in Instagram stories, and then however you will get feedback from your current followers pool, not from different audiences. Then in Facebook groups, if allowed by the Facebook groups rules, in LinkedIn groups, in Reddit, and in any other kind of social media that you think you use most, where actually your target audience is hanging out most likely. What would the process look like? So when interacting with Instagram stories, you can use the question box and ask your audience, would you like to know how I reached XY result? Are you interested in topic ABC? Would you like to get a step-by-step guide to help you reach XY? You can then analyze who replied yes and ask them more specific questions, such as, hi, you can just DM them. Hi, so you replied yes. What would you like to find in the guide about topic XY? Hi, I saw you replied yes. Would you like to tell me what are the struggles you're facing when you want to reach the goal XY? Hi, I saw you replied yes. What would be the roadblocks that pulls you back from reaching XY? It's very easy. You probably know already how to do it, but it's very important to repeat it also for the people that don't. Then for Facebook and LinkedIn groups or individual chats in Reddit, you can send out a hook to engage with your audience. And this is an example of a Facebook post. Hi, I have a free PDF for you with 5 daily exercises to relieve back pain for pregnant women. Who wants it before I make it paid? This is just an example. I also put you here some LinkedIn prompt. Hi, you can just reach out these people. I think if you don't use the paid version, then you won't be able to directly message them unless they accept your connection. But you can start at least checking the people that are in the groups that you are in as well and start to build a connection there. This is an example of a message that you can send them, hi, and then the name. At the moment, we're not yet connected on network platforms, but we're both members of the XXX whatever group. I work in the niche, and in particular, I help whatever to reach whatever goals so that they can feel, and then you put it. I'm building a tailor-made program, or I have a free guide, or I have an ebook, or I have whatever your offering is, covering the most important crucial steps too, and applying all the knowledge I gained during my career or experience as I'm in the research phase and I'm looking for people to complete my survey. I want to know your opinion, which step you need more support on, so I can give you the right resources and tools you need with no time waste. In case you think you can help me, I will really appreciate your time. In case you can't, maybe you know a friend of a friend who might be interested. I leave you the link here, and then you just put the link where you can simply submit the survey. Thank you, and then your name. This is an example of a Reddit post. For example, how do you know if a digital marketing agency you hired is doing a good job? Is a question. Hi, I have recently started a market research project about how to know if a marketing agency is doing a good job. Beside a poor performance, what are the criteria you normally look at? Do you usually feel confident when selecting one? What pain, frustration is costing you not hiring the right one? And then you get the answer, and then you try to get deeper conversation with the people that answer to you in the chat. Once you get interactions from your audience, you can send them the Google form where you can eventually attach the freebie. So you can get option number 1, answers and get deeper conversation all already in these cases that I mentioned before. Or you can get, that's fine, you reach already a very nice level, but as a second step, a complementary step, what you can do with these people that you engage with, you can basically send a Google form. You ask more specific questions, you also deliver in the Google form the freebie that you promised. And this is how you can do it. You go to Google form. We can go back again. You simply type in Google form, you open the blank form, and this is how it looks like. Okay. Email, of course, is mandatory because then you need to collect the email address to build your email list. And form description, here you can I put you here an example. Okay. Hi, I work in the XX niche and in particular help X to reach X goals so they can feel X. I'm building a tailor-made program. This is very similar to what we wrote in the LinkedIn post or ebook or whatever you're offering, covering the most important crucial steps to and applying all the knowledge I gained during my career or experience I'm in the research phase and I'm looking for people to complete my survey. I want to know your opinion, which step you need more support on so I can give you the right resources and tools you need with no time waste. In case you think you can help me, I would really appreciate your time. In case you can't, maybe you know a friend of a friend who might be interested. At the end of this survey, you will get 3 very valuable bonuses, which are my guide, for example, about XY, 1 free strategy goal with me, XY templates. As a thank you note for your time spent on this survey. I've never given away such a juicy information, so don't miss out on this unique opportunity. Best and your name. These are some examples of questions you can ask in the survey. Okay. What is your name and surname? Mandatory field. What is your email address? Mandatory field. What are the 3 things that come to your mind when you think of XY topic? What are the biggest fears, frustrations if you want to launch a XY course? Business. What is your current situation? If you need to search for the solution on how to XY on Google or YouTube right now, what keywords or phrases would you type in the search bar? What other investments have you made to try to solve these problems? Books, workshops, conferences. And here you start to get to know how much they spend until now and how much they're willing to spend also for your offer. How much do you think you've invested into trying to solve this problem up until now? What makes it urgent for you? Which goals are you aiming to reach in the next 6-12 months related to your XY business course? What are the things that you feel are preventing you from launching a successful XY business course? Wasting money on the wrong tools, not having a clear path to follow, not having technical skills, not knowing where to start, not knowing how to get clients, etc. You can put like a multiple choice answer. What would you be willing to invest in your dream program? Okay, maybe they're so desperate in the current situation that they need the transformation straight away. So they can tell you, I don't care about the price, I just need to get the change now. And then last but not least, very important, you put this disclaimer. So I agree to share my personal information for market research purposes. Accept option, mandatory option. Make it mandatory. Make sure to make it mandatory. Okay, then you set up your survey, okay, with all the question. You simply go here, you type in the question, you select if it's a multiple choice, a checkbox, a drop down. If you want them to just type in a short answer, and that's it, okay. If it's mandatory, you simply tick this one, and that's it. So you complete your survey, then you go to settings, you go to presentation, and you scroll down to confirmation message, edit. okay, because you want to deliver the freebies that you promised. And then so in settings, you can select the confirmation message after they submitted the survey. And in there, you will insert the link to the 3 freebies. So you can just, for example, copy this, tack, and paste it here. And you have, thank you for submitting your answers. I promise here you can download your 3 freebies, which are, and you repeat what kind of freebies they are. Let them inspire you and start creating amazing content. And here you simply copy, this is just an example of the starter pack. You copy your Google Drive link, okay? Link, we leave it. Show link to submit another response. Okay, we just leave it. And that's it. You click on send, okay, and then you send to your email address a test. So you send you put your email address and click on send. Then you go to your inbox, you open it and you see how it looks like. And you check as well if the settings are actually set up correctly and you get the freebies as well. Once people start replying to your survey, you get here a Google Sheet, like automatically, and it's recording automatically all the responses. So it will be useful for you for your market research purposes, because everything, all the responses are tracked in one single sheet. Perfect. Okay, exactly. So last but not least, the next steps. So make a copy and complete the market research worksheet, and I will show you how it looks like in a second. And watch the next lesson, how to create your optimal client profile, or OCP. Market research worksheet, this is how it looks like. This is your second sheet that you need to complete. And the purpose of this sheet is to help you analyze your market, help you conduct a proper market research, and keep track of your research. Before completing the market research part below, it's important that you reference the Narrow Your Niche worksheet and the information you have listed there. All the details and analysis you have provided contain extremely useful information. It's the first step to define your niche and market. So you go back to the previous sheet and you summarize what you wrote in the departure phase for your niche definition, in the initiation phase, and in the result phase, into these 3 rows. And then you can move on to the real market research phase. So you need to consult all the website below and following all the training that I've been sharing with you until now. And you note down all the information. So it's very important to understand how your niche is behaving online, what they search, what kind of offerings your competitors are providing, and what is their price point. Google, top search queries, which website come up. And here in the website that come up, you also list the keywords, okay? The keywords and the topics that are the most important to your target audience. YouTube, the top search queries, which ones are, what kind of videos and topics come up, what kind of comments each videos contain, what are the most relevant things that come up to your mind. Amazon, what are the top 10 books, what are the main chapters, and what are the worst and best reviews. Facebook groups, what are the top 10s, what is your target audience searching, what are the topics, what kind of questions they ask. LinkedIn groups, professionals that you contact. Did you send a survey? What is their feedback that you get? Reddit communities, top 10. Here again, you can just add the rows, or maybe you don't have 10 to reach, but make sure to write the top 10. And also, what are the answers that you get from the people interacting with you. Other resources that come to your mind, please list them down and make sure to write down what are the main topics and keywords that people are looking for. And that's it. So if you complete this sheet, you will get extremely valuable information, and it completes already the first part, which is narrow your niche. Make sure you complete it and then see you in the next lesson.